All right, first day back. Let's do this. So it's my first day back at work. It is 6:45. I've been up for an hour and 45 minutes already. I'm pumped. I am actually trying to get my pump back together right now. I feel like all I ever do is like empty out this drying rack and then refill it again. But trying to get my pump back together, trying to get everything together, make my breakfast. Baby's cooperating very well. She hasn't really woken up that much, so it's a good start. All right, so I just left, and I think we did okay. Baby's at home with Nanny, the same Nanny who's been with us and taking care of Asia, and she's been here while, I've been home with Mariam, so it felt really natural. It felt really seamless, and it wasn't my first time leaving both of them alone. I had to run a few quick errands in the past. This is just my first time kind of going to work. And I tried not to dwell or, let that mom guilt get over me. But, I think we did pretty good. I have to say all around, if nobody cried, I guess that's a good start. So I'm back at work, and I have already seen 2 patients, working on notes right now, and trying to plan out what things I need to do for the next 1 to 2 weeks, and pumping too. So we women are some pretty badass multitaskers, huh? So I am just finishing up a little bit of lunch. It's close to 12, and things have been going okay still, but I thought I'd check in and let you guys know about what tips I think have helped me this time around. Last time I was a resident and I took a couple of weeks off, like about 6 or 7 weeks. I stacked together my vacation and I stacked together an elective that I was able to do remotely. And when I went back to the pediatric ER, and I was back like full force, basically doing like 30 shifts in 6 weeks. And it was good, I guess, in some ways that it just occupied me, but it was my first time leaving my baby at home, and with a caregiver. Even though I trusted that caregiver, it was hard. And I think this time around, it was a little easier. I own my own business. I never really stopped working, which if you follow me on Instagram, I've touched on a few times. But I went back to clinically seeing patients, and I started doing 2 days a week for the first 2 weeks. And my out-of-office responder's off, so I've been answering emails from patients and, texting patients back and calling them, etc. But I'm in office, really physically away from the baby, trying to fit in pumping just 2 days a week right now. And before I did that, I was trying to also give my nanny some time with both kids and trying to remove myself from the situation. If I heard them cry, if I heard a tantrum, I let her kind of deal with it and not have me jump in, because I wouldn't be there when I go back to work. So I think that's the second thing that's helped a little bit. The third thing I think is I would take a few little trips out of the house to run some errands. Nothing too long, max like maybe an hour and a half. But it was good for me, and I think, again, good for the kids and good for the nanny. And the fourth really important thing is this is a nanny. Yes, I'm in the break room and someone's in the bathroom. And the fourth really important thing is I think that this is a nanny we've had for a couple of years, and she's part of our family. She knows our kids. We trust her, so it felt very natural to leave her with both kids today. I definitely feel like sort of easing my way in was the right way to go. Giving myself time. I really feel like I don't feel rushed in my head, which is kind of nice, especially because I really hate that feeling in the mornings and feeling super hectic. But I feel like it's been a good mix of clinical work, trying to catch up on some emails, making sure that I'm still able to pump, keeping an eye on the time. Everything's been overall going okay so far. So it is now the end of the night, and I am pooped, exhausted. And as Asia would say, what are you exhausted from? I think as soon as I got home, I was just like, realized just how much I've been doing since the morning, being up, pumping, seeing patients, etc. And it is a change from my usual mat leave schedule, slight change. So I wished I could nap, but I did not get a nap in because, again, the time that the girls are napping is really the time that I can really get any work done, as any mom can appreciate. Was able to cook dinner, get both girls, in bed, and I then worked out myself, which the evenings are not my favorite time to work out, but it's what it is right now. And I am ready to go to bed too. So I hope this little day in the life of my first day back was helpful and useful for you guys. Comment below what other videos you'd like to see, subscribe, and I will see you next week.